Good evening, guys. Today we'll be looking at how to create buttons on a website or on a web page. So let's create a new file named button.html. So now we'll create a what? Fine. HTML. This is to tell the code editor that are dealing with HTML5. So the next thing to do is to create an element called HTML. So HTML close. So inside this HTML, we'll create an element called head. 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 So inside this head, we'll nest an element called title. Title. So this is to show on the web page if you start it. Title. So the title is button. How to create buttons. How to create. How to create button. So the next thing to do here is to create an HTML element called body. So all the things that is visible on the web page will show inside this body. So now the first thing to do is we want to copy something like this. We want to copy something like this. Subscribe, join, tweet. Subscribe, join, tweet. So we want to copy something like this. Let's go back to the code editor. So we'll create our first button. We'll create our first button. Button. Create our first button. And the first button here is what is subscribe in capital letter or in uppercase. Subscribe. 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 So let's play. So you can see subscribe. So now let's start styling the subscribe button. Remember, CSS is to be in an HTML element called style. Called what? Called style. Style. So now, all your CSS property, all your CSS properties to be inside this element. So there's what we call class. Class is to target a specific button or element. A specific what? Button or element. Like you want a design or a color to apply on a specific HTML element or button. You will target it with a class. So you space the open tag, you enter the open tag in this way, and you press class equals to double quote, double quote, double quote, double quote. Inside the double quote, you write, let's say, but, that's button, but. So here inside the style you put dot but, which we targeted, dot but. So you start styling. So the first thing to do is to create a background color, background, background, background dash color, background color, the column and a semicolon. Background color is let's say red. Yeah, background color is red. So the next thing to do is to color it, color. So the color is, I think the color is white, white. So let's play. can you see the style is already get applied to the button. So the next thing here to do is to change the height height. So height is, let's say, 10 pixels. Let's say 10 pixels. That's too small. That's too small. Let's say 30. Okay, this is okay. So let's change the width. The width. So if the height is 30, the width should be 60 or something. Let's put 60 and width. Width. So width is let's say 60 pixels. Let's say 60 pixels. So I think 60 is small. So let's increase it 70. Still small. Let's increase it to 80. Um, let's increase it to 90. So you can see in CSS there are a lot of trial and error. So you just keep doing it until you get what you want. So looking at this, is there border radius there? Like no, there's border radius, but not too much. I meant this bent stuff here, this bent stuff here. So that's what is called border radius. So let's put border radius, border, none. Border radius, let's put 2 pixels, 2 pixels. I think this is pretty good with me, pretty good with me. So let's create the next button. What's the next button there? Join, the join button. So let's create a join button, join button, another button, join button, join in capital letter or in uppercase, join, join button, join button. So remember, the first thing to do is to use your HTML to create the button and to use your CSS to style it. So now let's space and let's target this button. So the style we apply to the button alone also. So class equals to double quote. So inside this double quote, let's put jo to represent the join button. jo 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 to represent the join button. Come to this remember we're still under this css under this HTML element called style. That's if you want to perform any CSS style. So the next thing to do is to write the jo and you put this. So now let's style it. The first, let's copy this one, seems, and edit it. Let's copy this one and edit it. So copy, Hey, mistake, mistake. So I mistakenly paste something else here. Okay, so let's copy it. So now let's paste it here. Paste. So let's start editing it. Okay, looking at this join button, the background is white. The background color is white, and the color is blue or purple. Let's put blue. Anyhow, let's put blue. The color is white, and the background color is white, and the background color is, let's put purple. No, let's put blue. So the color is what? The background color is white, and the what? And the color is blue. So let's change the width to 60 and save. So the button for the join button has a border radius. The join button has a border radius. So look at it. The join button has a border radius. So there's what we call margin. Margin is the spacing between buttons and outside margin is a outside spacing. So there's what we have: margin top, margin bottom, margin right, margin left. So the margin bottom, for this one now we'll be doing margin margin right. So it will space the button, margin dash right. Let's put margin right 8 pixels. 8 pixels. Okay, so you can see that there's space in between them now. Okay, let's create the last button there, which is tweet which is tweet. So let's create the button. I'll name it tweet. So let's put class to target a style for it. Class equals to um exclamation double quote. So let's put TW just to represent the tweet. TW. So come to this place and we'll put dot TW. So now let's start styling it. But since we already have one style here, let's paste it here. Let's paste it here. So background color for the tweet button is let's put blue there. Let's put blue there. blue. The color is white, and the height. Okay, you can see the border radius for the the border radius for the tweet button is very like rounded. So let's put something like 30 pixels. Let's put something like 30 pixels. So can you see it? So we already created what we have here. We already created what we have here. We already created what we have here on the website. We already created what we have here on the website. So look at it. So look at it. So that will be all for today. That will be all for today. I hope you gain something. So if you gain something from this, just help me like and subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel if you are new. Thank you.